Hi, this is Brian, also known as DAMNIT, posting my second VOD. This is a game as Spanish against Tomozo's British. Tomozo's name is actually spelled in Japanese letters, but Matsu Young was kind enough to translate into letters that I could understand. So, yes, his name is something like Tomozo. So, in this game, it's a bit sloppy at times. I made a lot of mistakes, but I can comment on them, and the game itself was very entertaining, and I enjoyed playing it, so I hope you enjoy it too. I'm starting off, gathering treasures, and this is on Patagonia, which is actually, I think, one of the best revised maps in the TAD Fanpatch 1.1. There are many maps that we fixed hunts and other things on, but this map has become much more balanced, and I used to hate it, but now I sort of enjoy it. So I'm scouting as fast as I can with my explorer in one group and my dog in another, looking for treasures. And I end up finding one of the best treasures in the game, the Coeur de Bois. When the second fan patch comes out, if we get to work on treasures, I probably want this treasure to be nerfed, since it's only 4 wolves to defend this thing. You can get it with 1 explorer, and a Coeur de Bois is like awesome. It's so valuable early game. My treasure hunting isn't so great right now. I don't know why, but I'm a bit sloppy. I could use my dog, but I guess I want to take it slow and just get the treasure with full hit points with my explorer. Mostly because in H2, you actually need your Spanish explorer a lot. It's one of the... I think it's pretty much the only European explorer that is really worth protecting, because it can produce dogs, and dogs are like insane. They're very cheap, and they can cost effectively beat anything, and other than villagers, they're not really countered by anything. And I'm aging up with the 200 gold politician and tower, which is pretty standard. Either that or the 500 food are what you should age up with, but 500 food, in terms of like resources and villager seconds, it's not worth very much. The tower, although players don't usually build towers that often, the tower can be useful, both for protecting your base and sometimes for aggressive attack. I notice here that he forwarded some villagers, which is pretty strange for a British. I'm guessing that he's going to rush, which he actually does. And he ages up really early. I think he's going to age up any second now. Yeah, right there. And I'm not sure what he did to age up so early, whether he stopped villager production early or sent like 300 food or something, but I originally wanted to Hussar raid, and now I decide what I'm going to do is I'm going to age up, get a stables, and I'm going to attack with Hussar and rods. He's building a barracks, so that means he's probably going to do longbows and pikes, or longbows and muskets. I didn't herd too well in this game. I only have that one thing of Rhea there, and I should be herding better, but I'm not. The hunts aren't that great this time for me, but the hunts near the middle of the map, I should have been able to herd if I tried. So my first shipment is 700 wood. Decide that I'm going to try for a TP boom, a trade post boom. And with Spain, trade posts are very useful because, first of all, even if you don't upgrade the trade posts, you're getting XP, which gets you faster home city shipments. And since Spain's bonus is a half-fast home city shipments, it's kind of like even more useful for Spain than other civilizations. It's like 33% more useful. So it's good. I'm shipping rods now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a dog, rod, and hussar rush. Orc has done this strategy a lot, and I actually found it pretty strong. So I'm doing this and hoping that afterwards I can, if I beat him, I can start raiding his economy a little while getting the trade post, and then hopefully going up early. My plans don't go as well as I hope, though. I'm building a barracks for crossbows to use with my hussar, so that way I could have a good counter to his army. Since he's building a barracks, most players, what they do is they build just a barracks and they get longbows and pikemen. But here he has muskets, so he might actually go hussar and musket, which is also very strong against Spain since they have crossbows, and their crossbows aren't the best musket counter. They're decent units, they're very cheap, but they don't have a very high multiplier. I ship 600 wood as my next shipment, since I want to get more trade posts. Instead of, I still haven't shipped 5 villagers yet, but, 700 wood I can get 2 trade posts and some crossbows, which is worth a lot more than 5 villagers. A trade post is worth maybe 4 villagers, but it's unlimited resources, so, like later in this game I'm going to run out of food, but luckily since the trade post provides food if you want it to, I don't run out and I survive for a long time without having to get a farm or a mill, which gathers food rather slowly. So I'm shipping 700 gold, and the reason why I do this is because I'm planning to get hussar and crossbow. I still don't want to ship the 5 villagers yet, because since I'm playing already kind of boomy with the trade posts, I should try to allocate some resources to my army. I found another herd up to the northeast of my base, and that should be useful. You really need at least 3 herds in any game if you want to stay competitive, and luckily I found it. Here I'm way overestimating my army. I do this most of the game, and I'm finally running back a bit, which is good. And getting some hussar, since he's going longbow and musket. Now I'm finally shipping the 5 villagers, since I'm running actually out of good H2 shipments. But, I could probably use the 5 villagers, since Britain's economy is the strongest in the game. At least in early game, it's really important to try to keep your economy up with them while playing continuous pressure. What's bad about my situation right now is that I don't have map control. It's really bad if you're losing, like, in terms of military to a British player. Because if you don't have map control, that means, first of all, the British player is going to have more resources on the map to gather, and that's going to increase his economy, his advantage even better than it already is, and it's not good. You need every advantage you can get against a British player. He's going muskets and longbows still, and I'm grossly over-rating my army, my pathetic little army. And I'm fighting in this battle where I really shouldn't fight, and I should have just went back and not even bothered sending Minutemen. But I sent to Caravel because I'm wondering whether he's going water or not. And I haven't checked his deck yet, which was pretty stupid, because if he doesn't even have water cards, then that would have been a useless shipment.